About Eli. I'd heard that one product of the Les Enfants Terribles project went missing in Africa. The age would be about right. Now, I'm not saying I think it's Eli, but I want to run a genetic test all the same. Don't worry, I'll have it done without him noticing. The test may take some time, but I'll tell you as soon as we have the results.
Good. It is pretty unique, after all.
Yeah, I was confused by a lot of things at first, but I feel welcome.
Well, it counts, right? Nobody here treats you differently based on your color or country. In that respect, very open-minded.
Side ops list updated.
Glad to hear it. Looking forward to working with you.
Same.
Select unit. Staff assigned. Select unit. Staff dismissed. Please specify a project. Please supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Please specify a project.
high vantage points. I've marked a good spot on your map. Take a look at your eye druid.
The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
There he is, the commander. Extract him.
You have arrived at your destination. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Another group of child soldiers? No, must be a squad they had out on patrol. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself. Boss, another child soldier has entered the village. Must have been out on patrol. Looks like they had more than one patrol out. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself.
You have arrived at your destination. Detected. The map has been... You have arrived at your destination. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Don't hurt any of those kids. Disengage, or use your tranquilizer pistol or CQC to put him down gently.
You have arrived at your destination. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. location.
That's the target prisoner. He's injured. Looks half-starved, too. There's no way he can stand the shock of a Fulton extraction. Get him out by chopper. Okay, that's the General's brother, his number 2. Get him out of there, boss.
Guard post captured.
That
Analysis.
prisoner doesn't look like the target.
Kijk mij gereed.
Development.
Okay, subject is in.
Panggil ya, General ya.
Development complete.
Nice work.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete, boss. Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's #2 instead. And as for the #2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be #2 or #200 for all I care. Boss, we have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper.
Mission
Look
list.
closely. Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa. Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. It'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid. I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up. We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections.
Select a
You should
mission.
continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We can't not let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you. Boss, a new job's come in. It's a hit. I'm the human trafficker who sent Shabani and the others to Nzoya Badia Bulu, where you ran into Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid.
Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Deploying.
Boss, the target is a PF logistics officer who works as a human trafficker on the side. The client wants him dead. He's currently on the run somewhere on the savannah with bodyguards. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Nitati abandoned village. It appears to be workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Nitati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. Find the route, and find the man. Be careful down there, boss.
Please select a deployment point. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
bridge. That's where the enemy PF's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key. Look for an antenna.
The map has been updated.
Alles gespannt, das steht hier. Anfangspositie. Alle hierher. Anfangspositie.
intel files to clear. The enemy's on combat alert.
ngisalisa mona.
That prisoner you extracted was a civilian abducted by the target. He says the trafficker is trying to make contact with a human rights NGO. He hopes that by handing over his list of buyers, they'll guarantee his safety. I don't get it. Why an NGO? Why run to someone else for help?
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Xavier, de civiliën. Zeg op paardboeren. Beschiet laaspunt op contact. Word. Dat is CFDF, begrijp. Houd die voort in. Hallo, uit. Xavier, de civiliën. Vijand dat je wordt verloren. Ons gaan die gebied van kamp. Word. Dat is CFDF, begrijp. Dat kon niet weggekomen is niet. Blijf afstand. Uit.
Post captured. Intel
Picked up an
file.
intel file.
Extraction.
According to this information, the target is headed for Gaziba camp. We also have his movement route. I've updated your map. Use the target's route to locate him. Eliminating him will be much harder if he makes it to the Gaziba camp. Take him down on the savannah.
Please specify a project. Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.